Hello, my darlings. Today, we will be creating a functional yet glamorous toolkit that speaks to the essence of personalization, the monogram. Stay tuned. For this project, you will need 5 of these silver wire mesh pencil holders, 1 4-inch glass tapered candle holder. You will need 3 wooden letters to create your monogram. I got these from the Dollar Tree. You will also need 2 rolls of diamond wrap, colors of your choosing. You will need a 10-inch plated mirror, and then you will need an 8-inch Lazy Suzan. Of course, you will need your handy dandy tools. Let's get crafting. So the first thing that we're going to do is affix our Lazy Suzan underneath our plated mirror. And to do this, we're going to turn our mirror upside down, and then we are going to put some glue on the top face of our Lazy Suzan. Now for this part of the project, I'm going to be using our E6000 glue as well as my hot glue gun. And of course, for those of you who've been watching me for a while, we know the method behind this process. The E6000 glue, of course, is going to give us that permanent adhesion that we will need, and that hot glue gun is going to give us the immediate adhesion so that we will be able to continue working. Now make sure when you're placing your glue, you do not want to place any in the middle of that plate, nor do you want to place any glue in the area of the ball bearings, just to ensure that we are not seizing this up in any way. And so now once you have placed your glue down, you are going to center it on your mirror, of course. Find your placement as best as you can, and then you are going to apply pressure to make sure that both the E6000 glue and that hot glue is engaged on that plate. Then we're going to set it aside to dry. Now once that hot glue is drying on that mirror and that Lazy Suzan, what we're going to do now is embellish our mesh wire pencil holders with our diamond wrap. But before I show you how I did that, I just want to let you know that these cups or pencil holders come in a silver wire mesh, and because that was not the color scheme, of course, that I wanted to work with, I sprayed mine with the shimmer metallic pink and purple, the Krylon brand. And so what we're going to do now is we are going to place our diamond wrap around the brim of this pencil holder. And to do this is going to be a very delicate process because, as you can see, that pencil holder is slotted. So really and truly, there's not much glue you can use there, because as much as you put the glue down is as much as it's going to fall through on the inside. And so just very simply, I would say, or just using a little bit as you can amount of glue, just put down your hot glue in very strategic places and place that bling wrap or diamond wrap around it. Now I usually would use my E6000 glue in combination with my hot glue gun to do this, but like I said, because that pencil holder is slotted, it really does not make much sense to go in with a lot of glue. Now, of course, since we're using hot glue, we always run the risk of that ribbon lifting up, but that's an easy fix. Put some more hot glue down, allow the hot glue to dry, and then you're good to go again. Now, as you can see here, I have cut my ribbon too short, but again, that's just an easy fix, and we're going to fix it so that no one will ever know the difference. I'm just going in and I'm cutting off one row of that diamond ribbon, filling in here with my glue, taking that one row and just fitting it in that empty space. And once I have done that, no one would ever be the wiser. And here you have the purple with the pink diamond wrap and the pink with the silver diamond wrap. So now what we're going to do is we are going to prepare our lettering to go atop our rotating mirror tray. And to do this is quite simple. I'm just going to use the diamond wrap that I have picked out to go along with the color scheme of my project, and I'm just going to measure it out and place a string of diamond wrap just along the left edge of those letters. Now these letters I actually got from the Dollar Tree, and if you look, you can see that they're kind of embossed a little bit, and really what that was, there was a pattern in white on these wooden letters, and I did not like the pattern that there was, and so this is why again I came in with the same spray that I use for the mesh pencil holders, and I sprayed my wooden letters the same color. And so as you can see, I'm just placing one row of that diamond wrap along the left side of each letter. I'm going to use the silver for the fuchsia, and then I'm going to finish both and come back to show you what they look like. So now that our mirrors have dried, our mirror rather, and our rotating tray have dried together, what I'm going to do is I am going to find the placement of my pencil holders and of my letters. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to find the back of the cup, so to speak, and I'm placing all the backs in the middle, because what I'm going to do in the middle is I'm going to place our 4-inch candle holder, and on top of that 4-inch candle holder, what I'm going to do is place a cup on top of it. And of course this is going to give us some height, it's going to give us some texture in the look of our piece, and it is just going to create that dramatic effect that's going to draw on your eyes. And so to affix these cups to the glass, we're simply going to go in with our E6000 glue. Again, not too much, because I made an error with one of my cups and I used too much glue, and of course what happened, it oozed out. And so my darlings, please learn from my mistake. Not as much glue as you see I'm placing here, but using both my E6000 glue and my hot glue, I am simply going to find my placement and then apply a little bit of pressure on that cup to make sure that that glue has been engaged underneath. Now, of course, to complete the other 3 cups, it'll be the same process, but what I want to show you now is the candlesticks. And of course, we have done this already before in some other projects, and so this is just as simple as using your E6000 glue, finding your placement on that mirror, and we're trying, of course, to eyeball it and get as centered as possible. Notice I'm not using any hot glue here because I don't want that candlestick to teeter or totter or not be leveled in any way. And then once I have found my placement, I'm going to use again my E6000 glue, just putting down a few dabs. And then on top of that, because remember we need to keep working, I am going to use just a few slight drops of my hot glue gun to ensure that right now adhesion, while it takes time for that E6000 glue to cure, and then of course we can continue to work. So just pressing down on this, applying some pressure to make sure that it's sitting where I need it. And then I'm going to go and place my other 3 cups down. So now that everything has dried nicely, I'm pulling on it so that you can see that that glue is 6000 and that hot glue has set. What we're going to do is a final part of our project, and we are going to place down our letters to create our monogram. Now, of course, by definition, I know that a monogram means that your middle initial or the middle letter, which stands for your last name, is larger than the other 2. Yes, I get it. But for our purposes today, we are just working with the initials of our name. And so D for Danielle, M for my middle initial, W for Walcott. And now that I have found all of my placements, what I'm going to do is one letter at a time, place my glue and put the letter where I need it to be, so that I'm ensuring that I'm not losing my space or my placement on that mirror. So going in with my E6000 glue, and then on top of that going in with my hot glue, and then just placing that letter D for Danielle. By the way, do I have any other Danielles out there watching me? If I do, say in the comment section, respond and let me know, hey, I'm a Danielle. And if there are any D names out there, I'd like to hear from you as well. And then I'm going to repeat this process with my letter M. Yes, all that plus, I read your comment. Yay, we share a middle initial. If you have a middle initial of M, you can just say, yay, middle initial M as well. And then I'm going to repeat this process, of course, again with my W, which stands for Walcott. And of course, if I have any Walcotts out there looking at me, please sound off in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. And once I have found my placement of all of my letters, of course, I'm going to look at it, give it a once over, and see if there are any shifts or changes that need to be made. And of course, if there are any changes that need to be made, it is just a matter of going in and shifting those letters quickly before that hot glue has a chance to set. And once we have found our placement and are satisfied with what our initials look like, then we will be able to clean this up, and then I'll come back and show you what our finished project looks like. Well, here you have it, my darlings, our finished project. Who would have ever thought that glass, metal, mirrors, wood, diamonds, and glitter would have come together so seamlessly and luxuriously to create something that is functional and practical? Listen, if you have found value in this video, kindly be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as leave me a comment in the comment section below. Please, I would ask you also to consider sharing this video so that other fellow DIYers like yourself, like ourselves, will be able to have access to this information again. To my Danny's darlings, I say to you, thank you so much for the love, the support, the kind words, the comments, the questions. Please know that I appreciate hearing from you guys. If you are not yet a Danny's darling, or you simply just found your way on this channel today, I ask you to humbly consider joining our community of DIYers as we craft with and learn from each other. We would like to have you. Listen, before I leave, I'm going to leave you with this thought, which of course is our motto on this channel. Why buy, say it with me, when you can DIY. That's what we do. My darlings, until next time, I say to you, be well, take care of yourselves, know that I love you all. Bye now.